Welcome everybody to episode 287 of the effing title. I am Big Husky, and this week, unfortunately, I was not able to get DeNutte to be here. We're officially going to be back. We had some work and some timing issues, so we couldn't make this work. So, we had a plan got scrapped, and then this came out today. Someone came out today, as you can see from the background. The lovely background that we have, right? Archazias Island. It's the newest set coming out in from Lorcana in March. I do believe it is March 9th or 10th. It is coming out to card shops, stores, hobby shops, that sort of thing. And I think Disney resorts as well. And that's when it first comes out there. They just dropped some pretty decently big news, kind of. So, yeah, right here. As you can see, DeNutte is now with us. Hi, buddy. It's the Disney Twitter page right here. Head to DisneyLorcana.com now to learn about the new set, Archazias Island. Still a tongue twister for me. Still trying to work my way around that. But including an exciting new game mechanic, new ways to experience the story, and one additional franchise appearing for the first time. So, with that being said, I was like, you know what? I just got done with work. I was doing some stuff. I did some things, and then I got done with it. And I was like, you know what? Let's dive into this. Let's see what we got here, right? Let's see what we got cooking. So here we go. Archazias Island is coming March 2025. Like I said, I do believe it is the 9th. I'm going to quickly look at my phone. It's just the weekend of the night. So 7, 8, 9. That weekend there, that's when it's coming out. To card shops and everything. So learn new tricks. Welcome to Archazias Island, where friendly pets abound. Beyond the cast of cuddly critters lies an ancient secret just waiting to be discovered. And then we have a look here, our first look at some of the things that we're going to be able to get for Archazias Island. So as always, the booster packs and boxes. A booster box comes with 12, there's 12 cards per pack. A booster box, I do believe, has 24. I think it's one of those ones. That's one of the ones that I always get confused with, because I know it's like 24 and 36, the two normal ones. So I think it's 24. Could be wrong. If I am, let me know down in the comments down below. But here's our first look at it. We got Belle, we got Iago, we got the Mad Hatter, we got someone from Encanto. I still don't know Encanto fully. Don't hate. I'm catching up. Okay, the boy's catching up. Okay, and then we got Bolt. So excited about that. Single player decks, the starter decks. Each one comes with a booster pack. So we have Amethyst, Steel, Iago, and Jafar. We have Ruby, Sapphire, Belle, and Beast. These are fun to play and to get if you're either a new player or even an old player. I've been playing since the second set. My brain just went blank on what the name of the second set was. That was not Into the Inklings. That was the third set. The second was Rise of the Floodborn. See, it took me a moment, but I got there. I've been playing since Rise of the Floodborn because that's when that stuff first came up to my area of the woods, right up here in northern Vermont. So me and my co-host, normally me and DeNutte, will be playing this. I will be using the Bella Beast deck. DeNutte will be using the Iago Jafar deck. So very excited to see this, especially with some of the new things that are coming out that I will talk about here in a minute. But then we got the Trove, Luminous Trove. I'll be unboxing this that weekend that it first comes out. I'll be posting it on the YouTube channel here. I'm very excited. I love the Troves. They're really cool products. You get a nice box out of it to keep your cards in. You also get a bunch of packs, some dice, and little card dividers. Always a great product, in my opinion, to get. If you can pick one of these up, do it. The Lilo gift set. This is a really kind of a cool product. I like this. So it's going to be a little box. You're going to get 3 dividers, a special Lilo card here, and it includes 5 assorted booster packs. So it's going to be interesting because who knows? Maybe you get the first chapter. Maybe you get Shimmering Skies. Maybe you get Ursula's Return. Who knows what you're going to get, but you're going to get 5 assorted booster packs. This is kind of really exciting. I want to get one of these as well. And then you got new card sleeves and boxes. This time it's Ursula and Cinderella. Right? No, wait. Yes. Bro, it's okay. So it's been a long day. I literally just got home from work and sat down and started doing this. But still, these are really cool products. I like these. The one that I want to get personally is a Robin Hood one. I want to make a Robin Hood deck. Robin Hood is, like I said, I've said a bunch of different times in different Lorcana stuff. Robin Hood is my favorite Disney franchise. Robin Hood and Fantasia. So Chernabog and all that, and the broom deck and the brooms. Right. Eventually, here I want to get a broom deck going. I've started working on my Robin Hood deck now. I have enough brooms to make a broom deck. I just need to sit down and do it. But still, Ursula, Cinderella, fantastic boxes. The artwork on this is incredible. All right. So now let's enter Archazias Island. DeNutte, you ready to enter? Okay, he's ready. Look at him. Look at the face. Right. Okay, so Archazias Island. Really cool image here. This is the image that I also have for the background of the podcast right now. You see a lot of the different characters here. There's 101 Dalmatians. You got Mulan, and we got Krunk right here. Right. We got Infinite's New Groove. We got Belle and Beast back here. We got Alice in Wonderland. So a lot going on. Right, and who is this mysterious character? So let's get into this. After daring across the sparkling Azurite Sea, we've arrived on the shores of a mysterious island, a paradise teeming with playful cats, loyal dogs, and all sorts of enchanting creatures. As you venture toward the towering citadel at the island's heart, a cloaked figure in an elegant owl regalia greets you. Her wings stretch wide in welcome, but her eyes, hidden behind a mask, hint at secrets she holds. Meet Archazias, an ancient Illuminator with wisdom from a forgotten age. She's ready to share her knowledge, but only with those bold enough to seek it. Under her guidance, you'll unlock the ability to harness even more powerful ink-casting magic. At the heart of the island, hidden behind the citadel's high walls, lies a legendary forge, a place where some of the most unique talismans in all of Lorcana were crafted. These magical items are incredibly powerful to wield, but they come with a warning. If the wrong hands grasp them, as the Ursula Glimmer once did with the Hexwell crown, chaos will follow. To protect the fort, Archazias has built intricate traps and trials. Now, these challenges will become your training grounds, sharpen your skills, and pushing your ink casting to new heights. So very exciting. We're getting a bunch of lore in this. This is really kind of cool. I love how it's kind of like I'm a big before Lorcana, I was a big Magic guy. Still do like Magic. Still do play a lot of Magic. Magic has a story that's going on that a lot of people don't know. And same thing here. Lorcana has a story that's been playing out that a lot of people don't know has been playing out. So it's cool to see this and to see them actually talking about it, getting out there, right? And then we get a look here at this. So we got a look at some of the first cards in this, and of course this image is kind of small, right? So bam, the boy got it bigger. So we have a new Bolt card, right? We're going to talk about the new dual color Bolt card here in a little bit, but for right now, let's go over these. So we got Bolt, 5 inkable, right? 5 inkable for a 3/5. It is a sapphire steel, right? Sapphire steel, yeah, sapphire steel. It's sapphire steel. Like I said, it's been a long day. Is that sapphire? Now, no, it's amethyst. Amethyst? It's amethyst. Amethyst steel. Sorry, this is sapphire. Amethyst steel. Like I said, it's been a long day. My mistake. I'm wrong still again. It's amber. It's been a long day. I apologize. I genuinely apologize. Amber steel. 3/5 Bolt Super Dog. They have shift 3, which means you can shift it on top of another bolt that you have for 3 instead of just playing it for 5. Cool. It has 2 lore. When you ready this character, gain 1 lore for each other undamaged character you have in play. Dope. And then it has a Bolt Stare. Tap it to banish chosen illusion character. As you can see here, this is a Floodborn, this is a Storyborn, and this is a Dreamborn. So if it's an illusion, you can banish them, which means you can get rid of it, right? So very strong card right there. Very strong card. I like the card. I like the design. I like the art on it. Fantastic. So now we have an Emerald card. He's a Tramp. 1 inkable action song. So I guess you got to sing it. So it's like, he's a tramp. Okay, that felt really weird singing. I'm sorry, but I had to do it. A character with the cost of 1 or more can sing this song for free. So what you could do is instead of paying the 1 inkable, you could tap Bolt to sing this song. Chosen character gets +1 strength this turn for each character you have in play. Wow. So if you have one character, if you only have 2 characters in play, they get +2 strength. However, if you have, let's say, 10 characters in play, they get +10 strength. That's a pretty solid card, especially for 1. 2 inkable. Marie, the favored kitten. There are 1, 2. You get 2 lore if you quest with them. Whenever this, and I'll show you. Whenever this character quests, you may give chosen character -2 strength this turn. Cool. So you can actually reduce the strength of an opponent's character. Boom. There you go. It allows you to then challenge them and not take much damage. Or it just makes it reduce it for that turn. And then we have Jafar. And as you can see here, Jafar is reaching out for the Hex Crown, right? He's reaching out for it. Putting it back together. 3 inkable. He's a 3/2. Steel. Dreamborn Villain Sorcerer. 2 lore when you quest with him, and that's better. When you play this character, chosen character gains Challenger 2 this turn. They get +2 while challenging. So it's not when they get challenged, it's when they are challenging something. It's pretty cool. I like the card. Awesome. Aspiring Ruler, and as we all know, the reign of Jafar is coming soon, right? So we're seeing the hints of it even here. So there we go. So now, until now, we've only been able to cast single ink glimmers, but under Archazias' tutelage, you'll learn the art of dual ink casting, a powerful technique that lets you blend 2 inks together for glimmers beyond your wildest dreams. Prepare yourself, because when inks unite, a unique magic is unleashed. So it's really cool that they're finally bringing what Magic knows as multicolored cards. We are now getting dual inks. Right, it's really cool that they're bringing it to the game. But not only are they bringing it to the game, they're also making it tie into the story and the lore of Lorcana. All of this learning and new power is crucial, as a sinister plot is forged in the background. Is the cunning vizier at the center of it? Who's hypnotized the Basil Glimmer, as we saw last set? Is it too late to stop the danger that approaches? The Illumineers best figure it out soon. There's not much sand left in the hourglass. This is only the start of the story of Archazias' Island. Within each booster pack, players and collectors will find a lore card. Each is a page that, when put together with the other lore cards, reveals an exciting adventure. Collect them all to discover more. So as you see, we've had these kind of cards before in the past. They're really cool. I like this. This is a really cool looking image here, right, with the owl, but then also still kind of keeping that the right here. We still have the sparkle from the Lorcana logo, but it also has the owl. It also has Archazias in there. And it looks like we're going to be getting the tower as a full page thing. But not only are we getting the tower as a full page thing, we're also getting some more story. So very well. The owl flapped excitedly. Soon we'll be seeing a flood of dual ink glimmers out of you. Martin winced, the events of the flood still heavy on his mind. Ah, yes. I'm sorry, poor choice of words. The owl paused. Let's just say your talent may soon eclipse mine. She cocked her head. And I've been around for a while. I like it. It's cool. It's getting it so people will get more invested in the lore, which is always a big fun one for me, because I love the lore. I love storytelling. I love all that with card games. So this is really cool that not only are they adding it into more into the cards, and you can see it in the cards and everything and in the text, but now they're actually adding it in as a collectible thing. As you can see here with the 7, is an actual collectible thing now. So I really like this. But Pet Pals, pounce into the realm. So this is where we're going to be introduced to the new furry faces joining your quests. Archazias' Island is a place of mystery and adventure, but it's also a haven for some of the most beloved Disney pups, cats, and even a hamster. Heal for a moment and discover who's joining the pack. So the first group here that we have joining is the Aristocats. The Aristocats, the first ones we have joining. The finest cats in all of Paris have made their way to the realm of Lorcana. It's the Aristocats, ready to sing, dance, and paint their way into your hearts. These cuddly friends, except Edgar, will have you feline fine on your quest. I love how it says except Edgar, and then Edgar's there. These cuddly friends. He looks cuddly in the right circumstances, potentially. But we have Thomas O'Malley, a 3 inkable, 4/2 with Ward that gains 1 lore. All right, yeah. I mean, Ward is I like Ward. 3 for a 4/2. That's pretty solid, right? It's more on the offensive side than the defensive side. 1 lore. There's some better than that for 3, but okay. Berlias? You let me know how to say it. I don't know. 3 inkable for a 2/5 for 1 lore. No abilities, no nothing. Look what I found. Can we stay here and play? I like it. 2/5, strong card, allows you to gain 1 lore. Okay. The Duchess. 2 inkable for a 3/2, 1 lore. All right. As you can see, with I'm noticing a lot of 1 lore out of these. Even looking just kind of here at some of the other ones, a lot of 1 lore out of these. Edgar Balthazar, the ambitious butler. 5 inkable for 6/5 for 1 lore. That's bigger here. Still 1 lore though, right across the board. Right across the board, still just 1 lore. Let's see here. So now we have Toulouse. It's been a long time since you boys seen the Aristocats, man. Toulouse. Let me know. Yet again, let me know. Also, I like how here it's a little bit like the Lorcana symbol, but with his hand print in the middle. That's adorable. I love that. 1 inkable for a 1/3 for 1 lore. Yet again, another 1 lore. We actually get a 2 lore here. Marie, the favored kitten, right? We already went over this. 2 inkable for 1/2 for 2 lore. When this character quests, you may give chosen character a -2 this turn. All right, so kind of cool. The Aristocats are here now. The gang's all here. We're probably going to see some more, right? These are just the ones they're going to show us right now. I dig it. It's a decently big franchise. A lot of people know the Aristocats, right? I like it. Boom. Then we go to Bolt. And like I said, that's why I think that this is just the beginning of showing us the cards, because there's only 4 here. While Bolt may believe he's a super dog in the realm of Lorcana, he certainly makes you feel like one. Embark with him and his fellow Glimmers, and you too might just save the day. Alright, so let's see this. So we start off with Mittens. It's 5 uninkable. If you guys are wondering why I'm saying inkable versus uninkable, this is the reason why up here. 5 uninkable for 4/5. They have bodyguards. When this character may enter play exerted. An opposing character who challenges any of your characters must choose one if it has bodyguard and if it is exerted. 2 lore coming off of this, and no thanks necessary. Once during your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, your other characters with bodyguard get +1 lore. Wow. Okay, I feel like that could be pretty strong in the right whenever a card is put in your inkwell. There's definitely some people that's going to find a way to do a lot of things with this, with the whole when this card, like when you remove this card from play, or when this card is banished, you may take the top card and put it in your inkwell, you may return it inkwell. Like, I could see there being a mechanic there. That would be kind of cool to see, right? 4 inkable for a 2/4. This is Bolt, the dependable friend. Support. When this character quests, you may add their strength to another chosen character's strength this turn. And it's also for 2 lore. I like it. I love the image. Super Dog versus Super Log. This is awesome. Alright. Then we have Dr. Calico, the green-eyed man. 4 inkable for a 3/4 with 1 lore. You're beginning to irk me. While this character has no damage, he gains resist 2. Alright, damage dealt to them is reduced by 2. That's kind of interesting. So as long as he has no damage, he can basically resist damage. That's an interesting concept, because I wonder if... Man, that just makes it like basically anything that has 2 strength or lower, just yeah, you're gonna have to swing at him. You're gonna have to challenge him with something at least at 3 to make this no longer exist, right? And then you can start getting after him. But until then, all right, okay. And then we have a Bolt Headstrong Dog, 2 inkable for a 1/3. There's no turning back. Whenever this character quests, if he has no damage, you may draw a card, then discard a card. And also he gains 1 lore. All right, like I said, other than the boy over here, where was the boy? Other than us seeing Bolt over here, right, the Amber Steel Bolt here, right, we're not seeing a whole lot from each set, right, so far. So it's very interesting seeing this because I think this is just a nice little tease, and there will be more from these sets. Can I be wrong? Potentially. I've been wrong in the past. I've already been wrong today in this podcast when I said this was amethyst instead of amber, right? Amethyst is purple, right? So yeah, and then the final one is Lady and the Tramp. So Lady and the Tramp is joining us. These additions will have anyone howling. Lady, Tramp, and the rest of the dog pack are the most loyal glimmers anyone could ask for. Fetch them up for your collection, enlist them onto your team, and you may have a vicious tale to tell. And wag. Alright, so we got 4 cards here right now. We got Spaghetti Dinner. It's an item. It's a 2 uninkable item. Fine dining. Tap it, exert it, and 1 lore, or 1 ink. Sorry, 1 ink. Exert, 1 ink. If you have 2 or more characters in play, gain 1 lore. Solid. I like that. This is just another way to just gain lore, right? It's a small thing. It's not gonna be massively played in a lot of decks or anything, but it's a nice little thing just to pop 1 lore every turn, right? And if you can find a way to unexert it, right, to ready it, if you can find a way to ready it, so you can hit it multiple times. Hey, now we have a Lady. Lady is also uninkable. All right, she's uninkable. So a Lady is the Elegant Spaniel. 1/2 for 1 lore and a dog's life. While you have a character named Tramp in play, this character gets +1 lore. Alright, so as long as you have Lady and Tramp, there's a bonus. I actually really like that. I genuinely really like that. That's really cool. So here, Tramp, if you have a character named Lady in play, you may pay 1 less to play this character. So this goes from being 2 inkable to, if you on turn 1 you play Lady, turn 2 you can now play Tramp and probably play another Lady or play He's a Tramp. Right? 2 inkable for a 1/3, 1 lore. Like I said, high pitch. If you have a character named Lady in play, you may pay 1 less to play this character. No time for wisecracks. When you play this character, chosen character of yours gets +1 strength this turn for each character you have in play. Interesting. So no time for wisecracks, and this are very similar mechanics, and this one is called He's a Tramp. Right, because this is the one we saw earlier, where it was 1 inkable for the action song, He's a Tramp, right? Whereas chosen character gets +1 this turn for each character you have in play. Tramp also has this ability just when you play this character. Chosen character of yours gets the exact same ability. Very interesting that they put the 2 mechanics with, the involve Tramp, right, together as a separate song and the card itself. Kind of cool. I like that. That's really interesting. All right, and now to the big part, right? The part introducing dual inks. Dual ink cards, right? So we got our first look here at Bolt, but we will look here again here at the boy right now. So it's 5 inkable, 3/5. I'm not going to mess it up this time. Amber Steel, Floodborn Hero. Shift 3. So like I said, I keep repeating these over and over and over again. Shift 3. You may pay 3 to play this on top of one of your characters named Bolt. So let's say we have Headstrong Bolt out there, right? We have Headstrong Bolt out there, and we want to play Bolt Super Dog, but we don't have 5, right? Because we played this last turn. This turn, we can play Bolt Super Dog for the shift mechanic, because we already have a character named Bolt. So we put this on top of the other one. Mark of Power. Whenever you ready this character, gain 1 lore for each other undamaged character you have in play. As you're seeing a big trend here with the undamaged aspect of things from the Bolt characters, right, in the Bolt franchise. Bolt Stare. Exert it to banish chosen illusion character. 2 lore, 3/5. It's interesting. Illusion character. I'm trying to see if we've seen an illusion character yet, but I don't think we have. Maybe when we look here at the Duel Links. Ever since we revealed our good friend Bolt, many of you speculated that Duel Link cards were coming to Lorcana, Disney Lorcana TCG. And you were right. So what are Duel Ink cards since the beginning of Disney Lorcana TCG? Every card has belonged to one of 6 magical ink colors. I should have done this one first. I wouldn't have messed things up. Amethyst, purple. Amber, yellow. Emerald, green. Ruby, red. Sapphire, blue. And steel, silver. Each of these inks has its own distinctive personality from both a gameplay and a story perspective. And finally, when you build your own deck, you are limited. And finally, when you build your own deck, you are limited to having only 2 different ink colors in it. Dual Ink cards belong to 2 inks and have characteristics from both of them. To include them in your deck, you must be playing those 2 colors. This allows for cards with game effects that would otherwise never be on the same card, as well as characters that can show off more than one of their traits, as well as completely new ones. This is really kind of cool because as I started to look through a lot of the Robin Hood cards, as I said, I'm trying to build a Robin Hood deck. Right now it's going to be Emerald Steel. However, there is some Sapphire cards. There are some Sapphire cards in that franchise. So it was one of those things where when I was first making the decision, I had to think, okay, how are we going to do this, right? And it was interesting figuring that out. So now that we have dual cards coming out, maybe down the line, we'll be getting some dual cards. So let's take a look at some of the dual cards that we have. We have the Troubadour. The Troubadour? The Troubadour. The Troubadour. Troubadour. 2 ink for a 1/3 Amber Steel. So they have resist 1, so any damage dealt to this character is reduced by 1. They also have Singer 4. This character counts as a cost 4 to sing songs, as we were talking about earlier with He's a Tramp, right? A character that will cost 1 or more can sing this song for free. So let's say this costs 4. Well, Troubadour technically only costs 2. So it would normally only be able to do 2. However, he has Singer 4, which means I could tap him to play a song that costs 4 instead. Really kind of cool card. I like it. Musical narrator. 1 lore. Obviously, you're using this card more so for the singer ability than anything else. Cool card. The Pascal. Also, I'm realizing right now, these here are similar in each one, but when they meet here, they're just different. Just enough different, right? Alright, so Pascal. 4 uninkable for a 3/3 with 3 lore and evasive. Evasive is only characters with evasive can challenge this character. So evasive, if you play Magic, is kind of like Shadow or, one of those where they can only block if they have the same mechanic. If they don't have that mechanic, they can't block each other. So evasive, the same thing. So if I quest with Pascal here, I gain 3 lore. Now it's your turn. If you don't have a character that's evasive, you cannot challenge Pascal, right? I think this is a very strong card. Mind you, I am incredibly casual at this game, right? I like this card. I genuinely really like this card for 4 uninkable. 3 lore, 3/3, evasive. Yeah, this is a solid card in my books. And like I said, I'm an extreme casual player. So if it's a competitive thing, if you're looking for competitive, that's not me, right? Now we got Calhoun. Sergeant Calhoun is back, and they're I'm not sure which one of the racers that is. I could start trying to list them off, but I already know if I do, I'm probably going to say something bad just because that's how most of their names sound. I know there's a Flubbergutter or something like that. And there's just all sorts of names like that. So I'm not sure which racer this is, but Calhoun, the Courageous Rescuer. It's 6 inkable for a 5/5 with 2 lore and has shift 4. Okay, I really like what we have right now, right? Really like all that so far. Back to start positions. Whenever this character challenges another character, you may return a racer card from your discard to your hand. Interesting. I kind of like that. I like that. If you have a racer deck, right? If you're running a racer deck with Vanellope von Schweetz and everyone and all the other, and all the other homies, this would be a nice card to throw in there just as kind of a not a boss character, but kind of a boss hero to an extent, right? Because then you can just start bringing back racers. I like this. I like this card. Perla, Nimble Seamstress, 3 inkable for a 3/2 with evasive. So Perla technically can challenge Pascal. Pascal can challenge Perla, and only because they both have evasive. But she also has support. Whenever this character quests, you may add their strength to another chosen character's strength. Okay, this is a pretty strong card, really. One lore. The evasive and these two together work very well. I feel like this is going to be a nasty little combo, right? Because you can only challenge it if it has evasive, and I get to support something else. And with it being a 3 strength straight off rip, that's pretty strong. I feel like that's a pretty strong card. I could be wrong, right? Like I said, casual. Restoring the Heart. It's a 1 inkable. Remove up to 3 damage counters from 3 damage from chosen character or location and draw a card. That's Amber Sapphire. I feel like that's strong too. I feel like a lot of these cards are. I feel like they're pretty strong. 3 damage is a decent amount. So I get to, for 1, I get to remove 3 damage and I get to draw a card. And it can be from a character or a location. Yeah, I feel like this is a strong card. I could be wrong, but I feel like this is a strong card. Hades. Hades is 6 uninkable for 4/6, and they are Amethyst. Oh, wait. Yep, Amethyst Ruby. Dude, my brain today. 2 lore, just a little pain. When you play this character, you may deal 2 damage to another chosen character of yours to banish chosen character with a cost of 3 or less. Oh. So basically, let's say I have, because there aren't any other ones here, so I'm just going to make this up right now. Let's say we have Hades and Sven out, right? Let's just say we can do this. We have Hades and Sven out, and you have Perla out. I play Hades. I deal 2 damage to Sven, and we banish Perla. That's pretty legit. That's pretty legit for a rare. I'll take it. We'll take it. And now we go to Sven. Love Sven. 5 inkable for 2/6. It is Amethyst Sapphire. Right, like I said, look at this is so cool looking. Guys at Lorcana, you guys do a fantastic job with all this stuff. I love it. Like, this is so cool. Storyborn ally, they have Rush, which means they can challenge to play their turn. They can't quest. They can only challenge. So it's almost like in Magic if you have haste, right? You can play it, you can attack someone, you can attack your opponent or their character. Same thing here. With Rush, you can play them, and you can only challenge. We can't quest. When you play this character, chosen character gets -3. Ooh. When you play this character, chosen character gets -3 strength this turn. So not only do they get -3 strength, but you can also challenge right after. So you could hit someone for a decent amount here, maybe even banishing something, and take no damage. I dig it. Alright, so let's see. What else? What are the last ones we got? We got Cusco, the Panicked Llama. Alright, Cusco. Let's see what we got here, Cusco. 4 uninkable for a 2/2, and you gain 2 lore. Evasive. Only characters with evasive can challenge this character. We can figure this out. At the start of your turn, choose 1. Each player draws a card, or each player chooses and discards a card. That's interesting because it is at the start of your turn. So this is an every turn ability. Are you going to make both of us discard, or are we both going to draw? Interesting. Okay. Okay. A lot of evasive right now, it feels like. Well, that's a 3rd, 4th evasive. This one right here, too. I mean, our next one's got 4, right? So we got, what, 1, 2, yeah, 3, 4. A lot of evasive. A lot of evasive right now. We're still going, baby. We're still going. Mufasa, Among the Stars. 7, inkable. He's a 5/7, a big boy. A big old boy. Shift 5, so we can play him on turn 5. Amethyst Steel. 2 lore, evasive and resist 1. That's a strong big boy right there. That's a big strong boy, right? Big strong boy. I like this. This is just one of those old school, like when you first start playing, like I'm always gonna bring up Magic as an example because it's just something that I grew up with and I learned first, right? This is almost like when you if you build like a dinosaur deck or a green beastie deck, right? You just get you want the big boys, right? This is just a big boy, but now having evasive and resist is insane. That's awesome. I like that. And now the Mad Hatter. 6 inkable for a 3/5, 2 lore, unbirthday present. Whenever a damaged character challenges another character, you may draw a card. So now you're seeing now we're seeing both sides of the page, right? So earlier we saw if you have undamaged characters, these positive things happen. And now we're seeing if you have damaged characters, now you see these positives happening, right? You may draw a card. It's not even you have to. It's a may, right? But still, it's interesting. I like seeing this because we're already starting to see a lot of uniqueness with a lot of the different cards and the franchises and different things here with Lorcana, where like this. As damaged characters, it gives you benefits. There's also undamaged characters. That gives you benefits, right? I really like the fact that they're really wide swinging on everything. So there's a lot of different ways that people can play. I like it. Yokai. 2 inkable. 1/2. Emerald Sapphire is a villain inventor. Innovate. You may pay 1 less to play characters using their shift ability. 1 lore. Oh, that's sick. So shifting is already like a cheating, right, kind of way to get your characters in because it costs less to shift onto another character. Now we have a benefit. Now we have a character that helps us benefit even more so from that shifting ability. That's ooh. It's going to be interesting to see what people do with these dual cards, I think. Because, of course, like I said, I'm extremely casual, so I see this and my brain just kind of goes into kind of tribal mode of, like, shifting and that sort of thing. Or, evasive or, like this franchise, right? It's going to be interesting to see what the pro guys do and the more professional competitive players do with some of these cards, because I can only imagine some of the kind of combo bouncing things that people are going to be able to get off of some of these cards, right? Like I said, we're not even done. We got a couple left here. Just a couple, right? Mr. Smee, efficient captain, 3 uninkable for a 3/3, 1 lore. Pipe up the crew. Whenever you play an action that isn't a spell, you may ready chosen pirate character. Okay, interesting. So now we're seeing a kind of a dual card, right, in Emerald Steel, and it's a pirate, so it's more tribal based because now we're going based off of one of the 4 different things here that they are. They're Dreamborn, Villain, Pirate Captain, right? So if you have a pirate deck, this is fantastic. If you're not running a pirate deck, then you probably should wonder why Mr. Shmee is in your deck, right? Yeah, this is, and I'm always a sucker for this, but if it's 3 and it's a 3/3, that's just good soup. That's just good soup. Dennehy, the Impatient Hunter, and okay, so 3 inkable for a 3/2. Dennehy, Impatient Hunter, Ruby Steel, Reckless Resist. I like this a lot because it the reason why I like it is this. I'm a sucker for very simple things, right? Big beefy boys that do big beefy things. 3 for a 3/3, 2 for a 2/2, 1 for a 1/1, right? Like things like that. I'm a sucker for those sort of things. The fact that this is a Dennehy, but then the main part of it is that he's the Impatient Hunter. So he's impatient. So he has Reckless. Reckless is this character cannot quest and must challenge each turn if able. So, of course, the first turn you can't because his ink is drying, right? And then they have Resist 2, which is damage dealt to this character is reduced by 2. So it's kind of the impatient aspect of being Reckless and the Hunter part being Resist. I like seeing that in the card and in the text. That's cool. I like that. That's really cool. It's sneaky. You guys are sneaky. I like it. Beast. So this is actually a card I'm going to be using that will be in the starter deck, right? In the player decks. Beast. He's a 6 uninkable. Ooh, for 5/5. Okay. Dreamborn Hero Prince Inventor. 2 lore. I've had it. Exert. 2 ink. Banish 2 items. Oh, deal 5 damage to chosen character. Okay, never mind. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Okay. I get what we're doing now. I see. I'm already gonna see what this deck is doing now. Okay. All right. This is sick. Okay. Yep. Big beefy boy throws things. Got it. And the final card of the ones that they're showing us here, 5 for a 2/7. It is Lady Cluck, the Protective Confidant. 1 lore. They have Bodyguard and they have Ward. And Ward is opponents can't choose this character except to challenge, which means you can't use actions on it, you can't use songs on it. You literally cannot do anything other than I challenge Lady Cluck. Big, beefy gal. I like it. I like it. So there's our first look at some of the dual cards. I think some of these are very strong, and I think some of these are very cool for specific decks, specific tribal things, more specific stuff, right? So the story behind... Okay, so there we saw 2 more things left right here. So the story behind dual ink casting. Having successfully navigated, as I see, our heroes discovered the enigmatic Archazias Island, filled with traps, challenges, and dominated by a mysterious owl-shaped castle in its center. After overcoming the island's many barriers, they meet the titular Archazias, one of the original Lumineers and owner of the mysterious Inkcaster. As a reward for making it through her challenges, she teaches them dual ink casting, a long-forgotten method for summoning special glimmers. Speaking of glimmers, a Jafar Glimmer has been watching and learning, and hopes to use this new type of ink casting to further his plan. As we know, Reign of Jafar is coming, and yeah, it sounds like he's going to be up to no good. More dual ink cards to discover. As you see above, each pairing of 2 inks is represented with dual ink cards right out the gate. As Archazias Island previews continue, we hope you're excited to see more of the Archazias new type of ink casting has to offer. I'm very excited for this. This is a very... I feel like this is a very big set. I feel like Archazias Island here is a very big set. Moving forward for Lorcana, and I'll say, and as we roll down now with this and everything, because I don't want to spend too long. I want you guys to see this, and then I want to hear your guys' opinions, right? I want to hear your guys' feedback in the comments. I think this is a big set for Lorcana. I think the Into the Inklings was a big set, introducing locations, right? That was a big set. I think the Ursula's Return was a big set for adding a PvE game mode, a co-op game mode. Adding something like that to a TCG is insane. And like me and DeNutte, right? Me and my co-host, we played it. We barely beat her. Like one more turn she wins, sort of thing. So now adding dual ink cards is the next big step, right? Because we all were wondering when it was going to happen. As soon as they said each deck can only be 2 colors or 2 inks, all of us, right, kind of out there was like, well, when are we getting multicolor? When are we getting this? When are we getting that? Well, as we can see now, finally, right, we now have dual inks in Archazias Island, and I'm excited to see what we're going to have here, because like we've already seen Mufasa, we've seen Beast. It will be interesting to see what happens when we put these characters not in the colors that we saw today, but in other colors too, and in later sets and later, things, seeing what happens with some of these characters. Like, do we get to see, like, let me look here real quick just so I'm not butchering this, but like, for instance, we have Amethyst Emerald Cusco. Well, what if we have Emerald Sapphire Cusco? How does that change this Cusco card? What if it was an Emerald Ruby? How does that change Cusco, right? That's one of the things I'm very intrigued to see, because it also allows them to now open up the spectrum of each individual character into all of the different color wedges, right? So that's going to be really cool to see, I think. I'm very excited. I'm genuinely very excited. I know it started off rough, mixing up a bunch of the inks. That's on me. I know I messed up, was not knowing some of the characters, also on me. Okay? Long day, a lot of stuff is happening in my personal life. I'm trying to do my best here. And I appreciate you guys for watching and hanging out and stopping through with this. But now, Illumineers out there, right? I want to know what you guys' opinions are. What do you guys think so far of the Archazias Island? Also, still tough saying Archazias. The Archazias Island. What do you guys think of the dual colors? What do you think of the story so far? Are you excited? What cards are you thinking? Are you hoping we get? What color wedges are you hoping that you see some of your favorite characters in? I just want to know in the comments. I want to know all of it. I want to know all your opinions, all your thoughts, all of your, just any of it, right? I want to know all of it down in the comments down below, right? Let me know, okay? And as always, depending on where you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, stay trouble, stay safe, and we'll talk to y'all later. Okay? Okay. Bye. I'm running out of room over here. So like this shelf right here, like the big open one right there. Yeah, that's where I got my troves, and I'm running out of space. I might need to get a new one of these just for Lorcana at this point, because I got a lot of stuff to show still.